Friendship is an art of keeping distance while love is an art of intimacy. Unexpressed emotions will never die. They are buried alive and will come forth later in uglier ways. It is that we are never so defenseless against suffering as when we love, never so helplessly unhappy as when we have lost our loved object or its love. Most people do not really want freedom, because freedom involves responsibility, and most people are frightened of responsibility. Immorality, no less than morality, has at all times found support in religion. The behavior of a human being in sexual matters is often a prototype for the whole of his other modes of reaction in life. Where the questions of religion are concerned, people are guilty of every possible kind of insincerity and intellectual misdemeanor. One day, in retrospect, the years of struggle will strike you as the most beautiful. Words have a magical power. They can bring either the greatest happiness or deepest despair. America is the most grandiose experiment the world has seen, but, I am afraid, it is not going to be a success. A man who has been the indisputable favorite of his mother keeps for life the feeling of a conqueror. Civilization began the first time an angry person cast a word instead of a rock. I cannot think of any need in childhood as strong as the need for a father's protection. Analogies, it is true, decide nothing, but they can make one feel more at home. Before you diagnose yourself with depression or low self-esteem, first make sure that you are not, in fact, just surrounded by unpleasant people. The only person with whom you have to compare yourself is you in the past. Just as no one can be forced into belief, so no one can be forced into unbelief. Being entirely honest with oneself is a good exercise. I suppose that romantic love was invented as a brilliant means of seduction. Dreams are often most profound when they seem the most crazy. If you don't like a person, it's because they remind you of something you don't like about yourself. Out of your vulnerabilities will come your strength. The mind is like an iceberg, it floats with 1/7 of its bulk above water. If youth knew, if age could. Sadism is all right in its place, but it should be directed to proper ends. The great question that has never been answered, and which I have not yet been able to answer, despite my 30 years of research into the feminine soul, is what does a woman want? Knowledge is the intellectual manipulation of carefully verified observations. Who lacks sex, speaks about sex, hungry talks about food, a person who has no money, about money, and oligarchs and bankers talk about morality. A father's death is the most important event, the more heartbreaking and poignant loss in a man's life.